two-part video. The first part is an update on the Dirty Bird. A lot of you have been asking, what's up with the Dirty Bird? Why am I not flying it? That's coming up right now. After that is a flight that I had with Mr. Nathan House. He came down from around Little Rock. We met up north in Magnolia, had some lunch, met his family, and then we went for a paramotor flight around the Southern Arkansas University College campus. That college has a large agricultural program, so there's some large fields that are not populated right next to the college. So that afforded us an opportunity to fly right near the college and do it legally and safely. So the video is a little strange though, because we were on a two-way telephone call and you can only hear my part of it. So I included what I was saying, just some conversation that we were having. I'm sorry, I don't have the other side of it, so you'll just have to use your imagination as to what he was asking or saying. But I'm just gonna show you my side of it. Here it goes. There's been a few of you asking about what's going on with the Dirty Bird. Well, I've noticed some things in my testing, and the reason I've not been flying it as much, first thing I noticed was I screwed up where I put the rivets on the netting. I've got them at an extreme angle, and the netting is starting to pop loose. It's still, you can still loop it around and it'll hang on, but it's a bad design. I was experimenting and I thought that might would work. There was enough leverage on it, but some of them missed the angle a little bit, so that's that. But the swing arms here, they're starting to deform. Now, I've pulled some pretty hard maneuvers on them. It's also the reason I haven't bent that titanium yet for the swing arms. This whole process has been a test process. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do away with the bolts and I'm gonna put in some serious size lugs. I'm gonna machine this out. I will get it right. I'm gonna fill this in with epoxy and trap whatever I end up kind of stud option that I put in there. Might use some Loctite chemicals, things of that nature, some of that high strength stuff that once you put it there, it never moves. The crush strength of that stuff would spread out all into the tank here and it would take the load a lot better. So I just got a little flimsy here, but it's a test design. So that's the test. That's what's failed so far. So I'm gonna redesign the net, beef up the swing arms, and then she'll be back in action. And I've actually had the thought that I might turn her into a wheeled, like make it a trike or a quad. Maybe I'll turn it into a two-seater instead of building a separate one. I think it will be all right. I'll be on the Maverick until I get that stuff done. I ain't had enough bad weather to do much. If you can tell, everything is a gigantic mess out here in the shop. The holidays had a brother strapped for time, if you know what I mean. That's where I'm at with it. Hey, Gizmo, you want to ride? You want to ride, don't you? Come on, Gizmo. Good boy. Yesterday, 2 layers was good, so I'm going with the same thing today. Those don't slide over shoes real well. Some do, some don't. Oh, I don't need this glider, ain't I?
Yeah, you're going.
Man, I've lost weight, so I filled my tank up with fuel for ballast. I always fly the fastest wing I got in the stronger conditions. Put on the gloves. Hey, when you get your helmet on, I'm gonna call you. You got me loud and clear? Awesome. Yeah, 1, 2, clear. Shit, it ain't nothing. I've been have to hook in forward. I can't kite it even. It's not even enough wind to kite. And then it'll come back. Of course, it'll come back as soon as I get hooked in forward. Make sure this tip's not cravatted today, because I dealt with that last flight. Yeah, it's 70 degrees, man. There'll be mosquitoes probably too. All right, let's try it again. Clear. All right, uphill towards some obstructions. Got it. Yeah, man, it's all right. I'm able to penetrate. It's not too turbulent. There is some turbulence and some wind, but it's nothing unsafe. Looking good, man. We got smoke. We can see the wind with the smoke. That's awesome. I like to know what's coming. Heck yeah, I'm able to make the glide over here to this green field now. Everything is really, really wet. Yeah, no worries. I'm not going much further than this. How's your bump tolerance? It's all right though, man. I ain't felt anything that scared me yet. Now there's some nasty turbulence right there. I'm gonna go downwind of this. I think it's just a good high pressure thermal though. Yeah, they showed a slight dip right at sunset.
I don't see any storms coming down. There ain't nothing scary coming at us. Maybe go higher, see what it feels like up high. Yeah, it already feels smoother. Yeah, there's SAU. Oh, it's a beautiful day. For sure. Yeah, just sort of floating around. That's all we need to be doing today. Yeah, just a lot of practice, man. It's you start in mild conditions like these. You know, all these little turbulences and everything. That's just little pockets of lift hitting you. But in the morning time, you got to start feeling them, and you got to pick a day that's not too big to progress. And you work your way to bigger and bigger stuff. And eventually you're able to grab the stuff that's real nasty and hard, but because you know how to wrangle it, it don't really fuck with you. You just go through it or ride it. And it varies, man. Each day is different. You just got to fly what the day offers you. Yeah. You want to be a pro at all that, make sure the basics are 100%. That's all I ever worked on until I was pretty good at just the basics. Launching, landing exactly where I wanted, kneel wind, strong wind. I'd practice a little bit more, until I was able to do it pretty well. I mean, I've had my fair share of fumbles, as does anybody, but there's a learning progression, and the more you do it, the better you get. It's odd looking back and thinking, okay, 66-hour Kyle, what would I be doing? I don't even know that I'd be flying in this, but it ain't too bad. Yeah, if you're ever getting low, you always want to get low on the downwind side of the field so that you could turn and have an immediate landing into the wind if necessary. I wouldn't get low over on the other side. I get high over there so I can make it back over here if necessary. See, I'm getting some rotary stuff about this altitude right here. Yeah. It's just some dirty air. It's not really like crash you in the ground stuff, but it's just got that leftover rumble to it. Over there down low, it's nasty, but over here down low, it's just ugly. Well, usually I like more lift, less shear. This is kind of not a good time to free fly. Same kind of stuff that you're dealing with. It's all shredded and spread out. See that smoke? It's just getting chopped to pieces. There's pieces of it everywhere. It's not going up in big sections. If you get above the smoke, you'll get above the bumps. I'm gonna hop back over here and feel the air again on this side. There's turbulence over these houses and stuff. Yeah, everything's getting shaded. It's getting kicked off from that shade. All that heat's coming off that stuff. Yeah, shingles, everything. Roads, a lot of concrete down there too. Think about all that versus a field. That's a lot hotter stuff. Shingles and concrete. When that stuff gets shaded, it releases a lot of thermal energy. There's a big bump, another big bump. I think I may be coming through some lift. The flags is indicating southeast. I'm just making a practice approach into the field here. Practice approaches are awesome. This is all I did the first year that I flew almost. Just practice landing at idle. I've had plugs foul because I let it idle too long. But I believe if they're adjusted right, it probably isn't such a big deal. There's some nasty turbulence right here over this car lot. Just a FYI. It's just about right at 50 feet too. I bet it's coming off of this hotel. I bet that's what it is, because the wind is coming from right there. That sharp edge building. Yeah, I bet that's what it's coming from. I bet if we go over here in the corner, there's a gap, but there's a bunch of buildings right over there. We'll see what it feels like closer to the road, low, over on this side of the field. Or wait till the wind comes back out of the south. I'm just gonna try to center field it. Be ready on the power. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was probably the best option. Just kite it all the way in, man. You know what to do. By kiting, you could check the wind that I'm dealing with. That's why I'm trying to leave it up for you. It's real manageable right now. Now, Now just a little wonky and bonky. If we had like a bunch of places to check out, that might be, you know, worth looking around. But I think we looked at everything 9 times over there. Sometimes, man, sometimes it's better weather though. How do you pull this thing down? I can't seem to make it go down. This is a chronic problem. My wing stays up too long. If it's more than 4 hours, I'm supposed to call the doctor. Oh, come down, come down. There you go. My neck will start to hurt. Yeah, free flying will make you a good kiter. It'll make you a better pilot. You'll be able to handle turbulence because you'll be landing in some hot LZs that are thermic. And you're going to be having to bob and weave through all that shit. You know, over a certain amount of time, it becomes sort of second nature. No problemo. If you start having to fight it, it's, you know, plucking you and plucking you. That's when it's too much. As long as the gusts don't pluck you, you're all right. If you want to travel, airplanes. If you just want to fly, paramotors. They say if you buy an airplane, you need to have as much money set aside to buy another one exactly like it. That's what the mechanics have told me, yeah. If you buy $1 million airplane, you better have an extra $1 million to spend on it. Same thing with a $15,000 one or a $100,000 one too. Probably just to maintain it, I guess. That's what they were telling me. Well, hey, I've been to ditch this helmet. It's getting heavy. So we're done.
And I had the missus with me, so I couldn't really do an outro. I guess I could have, but she was giving me that look, so I needed to bail. So this is the outro, guys. I got some good stuff coming. Much love. Kyle out.